Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Welcome to the trading channel. I'm sure right now you're wondering what the hell this drawing on the screen is. I know it's terrible. My artistic abilities do not quite match up with my ability to trade, but I promise there's a point to it. So if you're interested in learning what this drawing means, and if you'd like to hear my opinion on how much to start a trading account with, then just stick around through the intro and disclaimer. If you're brand new, go ahead and click that subscribe button to be alerted about new free educational content that could help improve your trading. There's a link in the description to other free stuff we don't offer here on YouTube if you'd like to learn more about that. Go ahead and smash that like button for me while the intro and disclaimer roll, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get into it. This is a very controversial question in the Forex industry because of how vast of an audience you're going to be speaking to about this subject and how their opinions differ. There are people that start a trading account with $100 and there's people that start a trading account with $10,000. And there's people everywhere in between along with higher, and some people try to start out a trading account with even less. I've heard of people trying to start a trading account with $50. Now in my opinion that's not a great way to do it, but before we get into how much to start a trading account, I want to take a step back and talk about when to start a live trading account. It's very important to understand that there is no reason for you to have live money in the market until you are a profitable trader. And I'm going to share something with you guys that I hope will help you to understand that a little more clearly. But let's take Tim here, for example. This is Tim. Tim is a seasoned trader. He's been trading for 3 months. Now, he's watched several free online videos on YouTube and thinks he knows exactly what he's doing. Oh, and something I forgot to mention, Tim has absolutely no trading plan. Tim's never backtested a strategy in the market, and if he has, he didn't get finished with that backtesting process and move on to forward testing. Instead, he quit about halfway through his backtesting process, if he's backtested anything. But more than likely, Mr. Tim here has backtested absolutely nothing, has created no type of risk management plan, and pretty much has no idea why he's placing the trades he's placing, hence the random trades. Now, I don't mean to frustrate anyone, and I'm not trying to call anyone out, but if this is you, if you find yourself similar to Mr. Tim here, it is not time for you to even worry about this question. This question should not even be in your mind if you have any relation to Tim. If you're a trader who has not quite finished your backtesting process, if you don't have a trading plan, if you don't have some type of risk management plan, if you have no idea why you will be entering trades, and you're more like the trader that's standing there with his eyes closed throwing darts at a dartboard hoping to hit the bullseye, then it's not quite time for you to open a live account. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying you'll never get there. It will take practice, it'll take time, it'll take effort and education, but it's very possible that one day you will be profitable in your practice account. You'll be profitable in all your backtesting and forward testing results, and you'll have your trading plan in place in order to start a live account. That's not happened for Mr. Tim yet. Tim, you are not ready. And another thing that's cool, guys, is that almost every broker offers a practice account now. That used to not be the case. Back in the day, you had to fund an account with a certain amount of money just to have access to a good charting platform, just to have access to live Forex data. But in the day and age we live now, you can open up a practice account with any broker and you'll have access to the same exact data that I use, access to the same charting platform I use. I use the free charting platform that comes with TradingView. So you really have no reason to start a live account unless you are already profitable. Now let's discuss this a little further and then we'll move on how much to start with if you are already profitable. So the way I like to look at opening a live trading account is something like this. I'm going to draw out another version of Tim. Here's Mr. Tim one more time. He's got his hands out, and this version of Tim is Investor Tim. So I'm separating Tim from Investor Tim. And the reason is because this is what I like to do, and this is the process that I think traders should go to in order to determine when they're ready to go live. Now, Investor Tim is the same exact person as Tim, only now it's Tim's job to decide whether or not he wants to give himself the money to trade with. Now you have to decide, do you trust yourself? So the reason I've separated the two is because the way I think you guys should think about it is, if you were Tim, would you give money to Investor Tim? And we can even take Tim out of the equation. What would it take for you to give your hard-earned money to an investor that's not you? What would you want to see from him? You would want to see from an investor that was going to take your money and risk it in the markets. You would want to make sure he knew what he was doing. You would want to see results. You'd want to see back testing results, forward testing results, live money results from accounts that had similar size to yours. Now, something else you may look for is education. You may want to see that he's been to college or at least taken courses on the subject of trading, on the subject of investing. And so what you have to do is actually look in the mirror when it comes to when to start a trading account. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, do you have the results that you would be looking for out of an investor? Do you have a back-tested trading plan that you would want to see from your own investor? A back-testing trading plan can be used as your historical results when you're first starting out. I understand that you haven't opened a live account yet. So, having that back-tested data, a back-tested trading plan that's been proven to be profitable in historical data over the course of, let's say, 5 years, that would be something that would give you inclination to actually give an investor money. Maybe not a large amount of money because he's never traded live, but that's the same way you need to treat yourself. Don't give yourself a large amount of money at first because you've never traded live. And the third and last thing is education. If you have only watched free online videos, random bits of Forex knowledge rarely lead a person to a profitable trading career. You need somewhat of an organized step-by-step process to becoming that profitable trader. And there are training programs out there that offer that. So signing up for one of them may not be a bad idea, and that may be a stipulation you use on yourself before you give yourself money to invest. Your list of things that you need to see out of yourself before you can open a live account may be something like this. You need to have proper education, and you need to have a properly tested trading plan, including money management, risk management, all of the above, before ever opening a live account. And we actually offer a training program here at the Trading Channel that's already helped many traders in their process to becoming profitable. And guys, there are plenty of good training programs out there. There's also some that aren't so good. But if you enjoy the way I teach and you have a similar outlook on the markets as I do, we do offer a training program here at the Trading Channel that shows step-by-step the process it takes to become profitable and helps you out throughout every aspect of that. And I'm going to leave a link in the description for that program labeled EAP Training Program. If you'd like to learn more about that program, then you can just click the link in the description. Now, of course, I'm a little biased, but there are plenty of other good training programs out there. It's just important that you educate yourself. That's the important thing. And doing it before you start your backtesting process is going to be the best time. Education needs to come first, guys. So as we did with Tim, separate you from the you that's going to be investing your money and make him qualify. Make the investing you qualify through education, through previous results, backtesting, the trading plan that you need to see before you open a live account. So when you're thinking of starting a live account, just think back to this story about Tim and investor Tim, and hopefully that'll put you in the right position to make your decision. All right, so now let's go ahead and move on to the next section of the video, guys. And before we do, it's important to remember that this is my opinion only. I'm in no way giving you guys advice on how much to start a trading account with. So again, guys, this is my opinion and my opinion only, and that's how it should be taken. But let's go ahead and move on to risk capital. And I'll throw a definition of risk capital up on the screen, but risk capital is pretty much an amount of money that you're okay losing. Risk capital is an amount of money that if you lose the entire amount, it will not affect you. It will not be detrimental to your current financial situation. So that's the first thing we are going to talk about is risk capital. And this plays a vital role once you've done all the things we talked about earlier in the video. You've got your trading plan set. This is going to play a vital role in how much money you should actually start with. Now, as I said, risk capital is going to be an amount of money that you're okay losing, that won't be detrimental to your financial situation. So if you have your bills paid for and you have $500 in your bank account, you don't want to start an account with $500. That is not risk capital. So I get a lot of questions on this subject, and I have some traders that ask me if it's okay to start a $20 account, and if it's okay to start a $200 account, and even a $2,000 account. And so what I'm going to do is just share my opinion with you guys for now. In my opinion, it would be completely unproductive to start a trading account with $20. And let me explain why. The reason why comes mainly due to our second point of the how much should we start with video, which is going to be risk management. So we have risk capital. Now we have risk management. Sorry about the terrible handwriting, guys. And these are our two most important factors in how much money to start with. And the reason is because, let's say $20 is all you have that is risk capital. Let's say $20 is the largest amount of money that you could lose that would not be detrimental to your financial situation. If that's the case, and you use correct risk management, then you're going to have a very hard time building this account. So personally, I never risk more than 2% of my total account per trade. And most of the time, I actually risk less than that. Most of the time, it's between 0.5% and 1% of my total account. There are people that trade with different risk management. Some people trade based on micro lots and mini lots and standard lots, and that's the way they raise and lower their position size. They either trade 1, 2, 3 of those lot sizes. Well, for me, I trade a little bit differently. I use a certain percentage of my account per trade on every single trade, and that's how I implement risk management and money management into my trading. So that's the way I'm going to explain this here today. So as I said, I risk a maximum of 2% of my total account value per trade. If that's the case, and I open an account with $20 and I'm risking 2%, then what does that mean? That means that I'm looking at a 40% risk per trade. I mean a 40 cents risk, excuse me. We're looking at a 40-cent risk per trade. And that, guys, is just not going to grow. Not only is that not going to grow, that's not going to give you any kind of stimulation emotionally when you win and lose trades. And although we do need to start with a very small account whenever we first start trading, the whole point of starting with that small account is to, one, make sure that we can accurately perform the strategy that we've tested through back testing and forward testing, and that our trading plan continues to work as we begin our trading career with live money. That's one reason to start with a very small amount. And another reason is to get our minds accustomed to watching real money go up and down. We want to start with a smaller amount, and the reason is because it's going to be totally different than trading in a practice account. Whenever you actually see your hard-earned money going up and down, going through drawdowns, and you get the emotional highs of winning 5 trades in a row, and you still have to stay disciplined to a trading plan, it can get a little difficult. So starting with a small amount of money helps us to get over those boundaries. But this amount of money, winning and losing 40 cents per trade, and maybe you have a 2-to-1 risk reward and you win 80 cents per trade and lose 40. That's not going to give you any kind of emotional stimulation. So there's really no point at all in starting an account with $20. And honestly, in my opinion, there's not a point in starting an account with small numbers like this anyway. The reason being because if you have only $20 of risk capital, it doesn't mean that you'll never have enough money to start an account. Save your money and focus on your trading plan, whether that means actually making a trading plan if you don't already have one, or improving the trading plan you already have. You can do those things while you save money from your job that you currently have until you get to a point where you can start an account with, I would say, a minimum of $500, because that's going to give you some type of emotional stimulation. Even up to $200. At least then you're winning and losing $4 per trade. And to some people, that may be enough to stimulate them emotionally in their trading in order for them to get their minds used to that type of emotional stimulation. So that's really the whole point of us starting with a small amount, is to get emotional stimulation. So this is going to be depending on the amount of money you need to win and lose in order to get that emotion attached to winning and losing trades. So maybe you're a person that needs a little more stimulation, and if that's the case, you may want to start out with a $2,000 account. Again, has a lot to do with your ability and your risk capital here. So if you have a $2,000 account, 2% risk would be $40 per trade. And now you're getting to a number that could be emotionally stimulating if you lose a trade. It could be emotionally stimulating if you win 5 trades in a row. And it can really prepare you for when you have a larger account balance. So really the question of how much money should you start with is not a question that you can answer with one specific answer. It depends on so many factors. Alright guys, so hopefully today's video helped you to understand some of the factors that you need to take into consideration when deciding how much money to start with, and also when deciding when to start a live trading account. If you're brand new and you enjoyed today's content, do not forget to go ahead and subscribe here to the trading channel. If you found this information to be valuable, make sure to go ahead and click that like button for me. I'm going to try to get about 300 likes on this video. That's been my new goal here lately, so help me get to that goal if you found this to be valuable, and go ahead and smash that like button for me. If you're a trader who is struggling to become profitable before opening a live account and you're ready to take that next step and educate yourself a little bit on Forex trading, then we have a training program here at the Trading Channel called the EAP, which has already helped many traders on their journey to becoming profitable, and which helps to lay out the step-by-step process to getting from where you are to a profitable trading career. So if you would like to learn more about that program, then again, the link is in the description below the video. It's labeled EAP. And we also offer other free trainings and free courses to the traders signed up for our email list over at thetradingchannel.net. So if you're interested in receiving some of that free training, then go ahead and click the link in the description labeled free training and sign up for our email list. Other than that, guys, again, I hope that this information was valuable. I hope you guys have a great rest of your trading week. I wish you all the best of luck on your future trades, and I'll talk to you in the next video.
Yeah.